Hello everyone, hello everyone. Let me quickly fix the chat again. Awesome. Why it's like this? That's weird. Yes, fixed. It's a weird chat. Okay, awesome. Now it's matching. Okay. Hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Danai, Pavel. No worries. Take care, take rest, and I'll see you in the next one. On Friday, also same time we'll be doing. So we will see you then. And hello, let's go. Hello, Alicia. Let's wait for 5 minutes for everybody to join before we jump in into the stuff. Hello, Milan. No worries, no worries, no worries. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. If you can chat and reply from phone also, it's totally fine. Hello, Rafael. Welcome back. Hello, Martina. So, how's everybody? Did you guys started already? Started posting in the threads? Yes, of course. So these 3 days will have blockout. So basically, as I said before, uh, it depends on how many sessions we want to have, one or two. Depends how many we want to have. Just give me a second. Sorry. Sorry. Let me turn off everything that might lag the stream. Okay. And yeah, so basically what was basically one plan to keep the same session. We had one session on the Monday and one session on the Friday. So Monday will be the workflow one, and the Friday will be the feedback one. And if we want to do the same things in between, so we can. So if we want more, if people have more question and we need, we can keep another session on Wednesday like we have it today. But mainly, I wanted to keep two sessions and one session, or we can keep both of them, or like if we have three, all of the sessions like that, like we discuss the workflow, and the workflow topic will be decided through the topic selection, and the first hour will be workflow for 1 hour, and the second hour we can have the feedback session, so where we go over other people's requests and what they want to ask, and we can go over it live. So that was my idea. So if we, and while I will also update on what I have done, how I have done in there, and if someone have question related to that, they can ask. So then we can discuss that later on in the upcoming session. Because again, as I always said, like it is so diverse. Everybody have their own thoughts, own ideas for the environment, so they can pick something up for themselves, and so they can keep working on their environment, and they can just ask for feedback, and that I feel is the best way possible to discuss some things and to help as many artists as possible. And also in the last time, because I jumped in a bit into the environment so quickly, so that could scare people, right? So not scare means like it will be overwhelming in the start. So today we're gonna just do it in Blender, and I have gathered some references and images for my environment, which I showed last time. And for the whole week, that will be we have the basically week agenda. So this week is for blockout. So till you have so we will talk about this topic. It's not like we cannot talk about this later on, but we already have recorded some videos. so you can watch it later on. If someone wants to see how the blocking is done, they can watch the other videos which are there. So this week is on blockout, and the next we're gonna move on to the next topic, which could be the texture planning and asset planning. And then we're gonna assign the texture in there, and or maybe like this session we can block out in Blender, and the next session we can go into taking that into Unreal. And then the same goes in the next week, we texture plan and then take it to Unreal. And then third week we get a prop planning and take it to Unreal. So like that we're going to keep building our environment, so you keep following the same thing every week. So with however, like even if it's you're making forest or some organic environment, it still will treat all the foliage and assets as props. So you make the block out of those and create it in your environment. And if your environment is fully hard surface and fully based on props, so you do that, you do block out of those all the props. Maybe you can do it later on also, but this one is like basically the large structures and large props basically. So the smaller one and everything we go next time. And then you retracted, you said something about landscape. I read it, you can't hide. So so do you have any info about landscape porter from Gaia to Unreal Engine? Yes. So there is a technical, so if you search Unreal Engine landscape technical thing, so you can do, or you can tag me in the Discord, I will share you the link in there. So how so this is a good question, but this is like really quick. That's what we started doing yesterday. I don't want to pre work on things a lot, because this will come next session. We're going to talk about landscape, so we can cover that up. But you can ask it on Discord, in the normal bootcamp discussion, or in your thread as well, and request the same thing in the feedback, so I will share. Okay. So let's see how many of us are here. Just let me have a quick look. So we are 20 people here. Awesome. Like the stream if you are here. So we are 20 people, and look to see your appreciation and support. So let's give 2 more minutes, and we jump in. To- Yeah, let me. There was one thing I wanted to show. So let me just look at that. Meanwhile, hello Rodrigo. Glad to have you here. As you posted in the feedback also, I missed some feedbacks from the last week. So if you guys still are here, so you can please post it in today's session's feedback session. I will take two of those which I know I've missed last week. So just quickly go over those. Otherwise, welcome. Thank you very much for being here. Where is it? Here. Okay. 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 So how many are there? So two people left. Okay, no worries. So let's jump in. So, so here. Awesome. So let me just do the quick rundown of this thing. Like if someone is watching who haven't joined the bootcamp, you can join from here, and everything. All the steps are in there to join the Discord, and how to join the private bootcamp channels, and how to submit in there. Okay, and people who have joined already, I'm really loving that everybody is uh, checking in there. And if we see the numbers, we have 65 online right now, and 130. So we are almost 195 people in the boot camp. So almost 200 people have joined, but we had more than 300 signups from there. And now we have 200 people here. So, and I don't know how to find out how many people have checked in the messages, like how many messages are here. So if you know how to do it, so we know how many people have checked in already. And because there is a very there's variation in number, because if you know someone who know, we have this number 118, but we have almost 200 people in there, and I want to see how many people have checked in. And then the last number which we are finding out is from this, basically. So everyone who have the concept art, I have posted this here, and I have already posted this thing, this which we will jump in after a while. And I'm building two scenes, I don't know, I'm crazy. So basically, so so if you see here, so how many we have here? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight means 40 entries are here for the concept art. So if you have joined out of 190 people, we have only 40. So if you're watching, you have joined the boot camp, you are already in the boot, you can see the boot camp channels. Please post your comment, your concept art and here, and then we start posting the blockouts and everything in here. So like I've seen a bunch of people are doing it here, and from there, like you post your like for example here you see, so you post your work in progress here, and then you copy the link from here for your comment. Like imagine this is the comment you want to, you can write here and you can copy the message link. Okay, and then you come to the feedback here, which will be for each session. You can see the older sessions here as well. So this one, you can just post the message link here, and with your question just post it, put it here. Then I will go over the thing in here. Okay. So and the last time we missed missed Benny, I believe. So we'll go over it, and then I will go over the feedback one by one. So this is like first come first serve. So if you have a question, you put first, and I will look at it first as well. So you cannot see it's hidden here behind my face, but it's okay. You think it's posting? Nice. Okay. So again, yeah. So this is a rundown basically. So people can guide. I know it's a lot of chaos and it's a long journey, but I'm glad people are able to make it to the boot camp. So that means the information is reaching. So yeah, I'm in progress. The Notion doc is in progress. So when you will be doing it after these sessions, I will update the Notion with all the upcoming session as well, so you will have the idea. And for the one more thing, so we have this resources thing. Milan shared some resources here, and some of them, this version control, which is awesome. We'll try to test it. I haven't tested it yet. Okay, so use it on your own desk. So I will test it, and then next week I will share. And also in Unreal Basic, I've shared some folder structure and the file structure, which will also be in the Notion before you start. So try to follow this folder structure. I will try to create an empty Unreal Engine 5 project with these folder structure, and then you can use it and start building your own thing on top of it, so which will really help. And if you haven't don't know about Unreal, just watch some basic tutorials, and if you're stuck anywhere, I'm always here. Okay, so let's jump in the environment I have. So as you know from the last time, this is my student work from 10 years ago, which I want to remaster. So what I did yesterday, I quickly sketched into my best ability to sketch in my tablet. I'm not very good at it, so you can laugh if you want to. So this I sketched on the basically idea how I wanted in here. So and then I just put into the AI. I know it could be a controversial. I used AI, but I wanted to test out, okay, how this will turn up from this sketch. So first I found this random uh, random uh, you know project from the random website which converts sketch to AI. So I just put it. There was an anime style, so I put it. This one was a bit good depiction because I wanted it from the overhead, but it still was not good. This one, this one is Leonardo AI, I believe, and this one is Copilot, and this one is ChatGPT. Okay, and yeah, so this both are ChatGPT. I first put it there to just put the sketch, and I said this is Norwegian uh, mountain. There's a Norwegian church in Norwegian mountains, so it gave me this, which is honestly the best depiction. It's still not, the perspective wise is still off, but it got the church which I wanted there. It got the bridge type, and it got the river type, exactly the same I wanted it to be. And the river is coming from where, it don't know, but still, as much as I could do it, it is there. Yeah. So yeah, so this is basically gave me a good concept art basically to from my sketch, which is like how many, please say, like how many people can make the environment from my concept art? Say yes or no. A bit like well, let's do on one small exercise, because I want to test it. Can you make environment from my concept sketch? So it's have yes or no. So I want to see how many people say yes or no. I posted the poll on the top in the chat. Just so just comment in there. So I want to see how many could understand my concept. So I'm still working on it. So as I talked with art director from CD project, he said that sketching is a good skill to have because you can paint over. So I'm trying to get back to it. Okay. So yeah, so this is what we have come up with. Now you get like we gonna turn, because this one was a student work. We don't know what it was, what it is. So we got it. Now I show you. I'll show you this. These are the bunch of concepts I collected. So just uh, so here is basically same like some churches. Some, so this is like nice composition I like, basically something in the foreground and the church in the background. In the middle you imagine the bridge, and there's a river going on here. Is flipped, and if I just flip it, how to flip it? And there was it was, yeah, like this. Okay, so basically here, so you see the church, and then there's some foliage is covering, and then this path going over bridge, and then this path going over here, and you will understand it why I this path also is awesome. And I will show you. And I went into this rabbit hole of so many concept arts. Like if I just zoom in, you see there's a lot. But I would suggest, strongly suggest, to stick to your core concept art and ideas and just jump in. Okay, don't start collecting so many concept art because this is a rabbit hole. And I already spent more than 2 hours just looking at the concepts. I still do not find which one I really wanted to focus on. So that one is I did not find. But all the images find is like this is from some series I took screenshot. And there will be, this is from a lofi YouTube stream. And yeah, so some concept art. And yeah, so this one we saw yesterday. So basically there are like a bunch of so much information and detail is there, and which can overwhelm you so quickly. So I'm a big advocate of starting with the small information and just jumping in and then improvising slowly as you get more concept and more detail. So start, less is enough. So less is more. So okay, so just take your first idea, like imagine I should start with this one, and then improvise slowly in there. And then this is the one. And this is like one interesting one I found in between and just kept it here, right? So this is something, another one I found. So I will tell why chose to make this church. So this one, the concept that I had in my drive from a long time, and then I visited this place in Norway. This sword was there, so it was so fascinating to be there, where this concept is based on. So it was so much awesome. So I wanted to make this one day, but and then I visited the place. It's really big. From a picture it seems small, but the player is you will be I will be like this big compared to this. So it's really huge. This one. Okay. So now, so these are the bunch of I will talk now, later on. This is the art basically. So there is another place which I went in here in Norway. There's called Stave churches, right? Which are like these Viking old churches are there. Okay. So this is because this is also what I saw in Norway. So I wanted to create when I saw this church. Then I just clicked like because there are like beautiful mountains are there, and they have these rivers also. And then I found out these churches are there. So which is my old scene can be remastered based on this. So it's not just a random church on random hill and by the random river. It's based on Norway mountain, Norway church, and Norway riverside basically, right? Or whichever. So I have bunch of, so you see that I went to Google Map and collected so many locations here. Okay. And while so we can pick which one I want to make, right? Even you can decide. Okay. So if you have it, so you see this is again, this is the composition basically. The leaves cover up the thing, right? And then your church is visible in between. This is a nice composition thing, which is there. Okay. And yeah, and meanwhile I was going through, there is this Stave church, this article I found, and they have these nice sketches in here for different church, right? And I really like this one thing. See this, imagine this is by the river. Like if I flip this one also, right? So there's a bridge which going there, is nice. But let's share more detail about this, why I just, because it's not required at this point. We don't need it. And this is for the mountain and landscapes. See the how the Norwegian landscape is and the path and everything. So we'll not talk about this because this is come later on. And I picked God of War as a quality benchmark. Like this is what I want to achieve because I love God of War and fantasy, and this is something I would like to achieve. And they already have some concept art for the houses, but we can turn this one of these into a church architecture basically based on the Stave churches basically. So we are improvising on everything later on. And then but first I would like to talk about this composition rule basically. So why I was insisting on path and bridge and everything, because path help you lead the eye. So if you see all these images and concept art, you see the path is leading to somewhere, and then it lead the eyes, right? So there is this, and there is this path, and then bridge, and then there's castle. So it's leading the eye. So you will see it will be common in most of the environments. There's a path lead to you, the gate. There's a path lead you to the this thing. So something like that. So it's common story everywhere, right? For this also, I see there's one lead somewhere and one lead to this campfire. Okay. And then you lead one to another, and then lead your eye, right? This path is leading you to the cave. Okay. And this leading you to the house. This, see, this one was also helpful for our composition. We can follow this one as well if you want to create, but this is a big bridge. I don't want it to create this big one. I wanted a small one, but see the path is leading to the church. So again, right? So the path help, yeah, leading rights, exactly. So the path really help you lead the eyes to your subject. That's what I wanted to achieve in my initial, just the path which lead here, right? And yeah, so see the path comes here and this lead to this, and which is perfect. That's what we want to achieve. And there is another one, the this is the one rule I follow in every environment I have. The second one I try to follow is here is rule of third and golden ratio, right? You see this player is standing on this line. So basically you divide your screen to 3 by 3 grid, and then you see the player is standing here. Your ground, if the your environment is more focused on sky level stuff, then you keep to the ground level near to this line. If it's more ground level stuff, then you focus your line on this level. So basically, like, if this one is like more landscape, you see, if you divide this, the landscape is on the upper line, right? This one is middle is fine. Like, see, this one is also on the upper line. Okay, and this horizon line is in the, I would say, it's in the bottom line. Basically, these houses and everything in the bottom. So something like this is like basically common in all the areas. So this is the one another thumb rule I follow, and then this golden ratio. I believe if this would have been like much closer to this line, would have been much better, right? For the golden ratio, because this one is covering it up as well, and it could be here, which can lead eye basically near to this point here. So this could have been, and again this track is just used to lead the eye. Basically you lead the eye to here, and then you have this, if whichever your main point is. And this one is also much near to our composition, basically the path to bridge to church, right? And yeah, we will talk more about it later on with there. But see, this time I have all the thing I needed for to create it till the end, and in between we can improvise. So based on this, we'll just jump in the blender and do it. So the poll is 91% yes and 9% no is okay, and 11 votes, thank you very much. So I'm glad I'm not that bad at sketching. Okay, so let me show you the chat a little bit here. Okay, so golden ratio, yes, yes, Milan. This are the so I will find these composition rules articles and put it into the Notion, and we'll keep it there. And if you know some good resources, what's good video, you can put it in the resources chat as well. And final piece. The all looks possible. We can all them. Yes, definitely. And okay, let's jump into the blender. Let me fire up blender and turn off all the unnecessary things in there. Uh, hmm, okay, let me get it there. Okay, anyone have any questions you can ask? Where is it? Yeah. Okay, nice. Yes, Manal, yeah, share like whichever you find the good stuff you find, share it. It's help everybody, and we will manage it and by creating. So I will bring my main. I will keep anything we can keep my sketch also, but I will try to keep this one always on top. And now we can, you know, we'll keep it here. So we will do everything in the Blender itself. Okay, so I will not overwhelm you with Unreal. So if you don't know how to use Unreal, you watch the basic videos, and I will cover the Unreal part in the next session. So I listen to your request and not overwhelm you with the things. Okay, so for example, like this one again is really I covered the path a lot because that's where we're gonna start with. We know we have bridge, we know we have our church, and we know we have path. So these are the three main things we have here. So there will be a path leading to bridge to church. Okay, and that can change for sure, but in blockout as a level design or as a blocking, because this thing you will get from level design in a big uh, game studio. So there will be a level designers who will do this for you. They will make a place a box for the bridge. They will do a basic blockout for the bridge also, or they will use some or maybe they will ask some environment artist to make a bridge based on the concept art, and they will place it. But usually it's the level designers who create some base mesh in the Unreal. So we can try to do that in the next session also. But here we just will start with the our things. So as before, So if we look at the scale of the church as before, because churches are big, so we will just simply create q. Okay, and I will, as before we have done. So I will keep the door here. So this is 2 meter. So I believe, um, 3 meter door at least, it will be, because the doors of the churches are big. So this one, and simply I will extrude, it seems, 2 meter from here, from door to here, and from the side it seems, I will extrude, 2 meter, and 2 meter in this side. So now we have the front, because it's like this. Yeah. So I'm doing it based on this. It's by roughly by numbers. We don't. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I need to move my toolbar because my camera again. Sorry for this. I need to find a way. So yeah, this is basically the door, right? So, and the rest of the part, and this we move in. We go by uh, rough job, and what we can do, we can simply bring it here, and then simply extrude it, and I will do it another 200, and then I'll select this top face, and and I have seen some architecture is tall, really tall, and some of them is thin, so we can be free to do what we want, basically. Okay, so basically this is basic our front of the church, and if we look at the scale, it's almost 10 meters. So I will move this to 10 meter. Okay, so this one become 10 meter, and then rest of them will become. Okay, this is, it's the habit of pressing W for this thing haven't gone, right? So, and I know I can do uh, by grab, but I don't want to, because I want to showcase, and I forgot to do the key mapping on key cast, basically. And I will move it to, in the Y, it is 15. Okay, and yeah, so we have our church. So I will use this as a base, like if we want it in there. So we select, and shift D, rotate in Z 90 degree. Okay. And I will scale in X. Okay, so we have other, and if we need churches again, the same thing. Shift D. For this one I will do the, okay, so, and yeah. Okay, just a simple, just simple uh, tower for it. It's not like this. It is pointy. That also not an issue. We can simply do. Okay. So basically, this is basically the chart, and it's big enough for our thing, and it can change as well. So we don't need to stress too much about it, and how big it is. It should be roughly match the scale, because once we will create, we will look at references more closely to all the church we have, right? And also, I found some of the scans on Sketchfab, and also a rough models as well. So if you're not sure about the scale and everything, we can go by that, right? uh, Edward said, sorry, I won't be able to continue today's stream. I haven't got enough rest. Yeah, man. Awesome. You have the blockout posted in your thread, and if you need feedback, share it in the feedback session. Or any question, we can have a look at that as well. Okay, awesome. I will have a look. If you don't have any request, I will have a look at your blockout posted in there. Okay, so this is basically the church blockout is here, right? It's nothing big. And for this, again, for the bridge, we can make anything, and it could we can improve it later on also. So I will scale double because I need 5 meter at least. Okay. Scale 2.5, so we have 5 meter wide bridge. And on the x, I believe it will at least be, if we say 5 meter wide, this will be 5 meter tall at least. Okay. And with 5 meter, that's 25, 5 meter at least. Okay. So I will add a few segments. It will be simple as possible. Okay. And that's it. And we don't need to create these bottom ones, but if we need, we can do this thing. And I will bevel it. Okay. And why it is like that? Because we have a scale problem. We did not apply the scale. Okay, I'll move it here. First, I will apply the scale. Okay, select the vertex, Control Shift B for the vertex. Okay, and then I can simply individual and scale X. Okay, and okay. I don't know. You don't have. We don't have do this. It's just unnecessary work. But if we wanted to have a look in there, you can simply play with it. So and this one, and we can select both side in here. And there is a, if you press Control E in here, there is bridge edge loops. So it just do this. Shift R is a repeat in here. I'll teach you Blender. Big Blender I know a lot. Other I don't know. And I'm telling you, switch to Blender. It's awesome. I never regretted a single day since the day I have started using Blender. And Blender have got me so many opportunities also. So yeah, not everyone. I'm not luring you for that you will get project because of Blender, but I'm saying you will, it's awesome. And there is more and less we can simply. Okay, so this one is here, and right. So we have our bridge, and we can surely extend it and reduce it. But this is mainly our thing. I will leave this pivot here only, or maybe just a little bit higher, and this one go in the center. And you are worrying, if you're worrying that this will cause problem, you can press Control T to triangulate it simply. But let's leave it. So now we have our bridge also ready. We have, now we just start jump into creating this thing. Okay, so now this is similar to if we need camera. Okay, and let me save as, export selected images, and in the desktop, not in the desktop, in the church, select folder, original format, not cropping, naming the same, it should be, and export. And let me see it in the church. So here it is. Okay, so now we can simply match the camera with we can place it in the camera and place it like that also. So first, I will keep the bridge here where it is. Okay, and then I will start placing. So I will make a new camera. And camera, if you have selected your camera, you have a view. You can press control alt 0, okay, to match it here, and then we can simply move it. And there is a first person controller also for this, for Blender, which you don't have for now. And here for the background images, you can add image. I can open, and then we know it is in the church, so we have our image. And one thing else, we need to know what is the size of the image. It is weird resolution, so that we have to give in the here 1536 1024. So it the proportions are aligned, okay. Sure, we can, there is, I think there is a really good thing, you can multiply it with 2, like that. Okay, so if you need to, so you can simply play with like that. So you can simply multiply this in with the 2 also, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to be here. So now you can select the camera, you can select by here also, and then you can grab and move these things around. So grab Z, and Z is actually zoom in. Okay, so I'm basically trying to match the bridge roughly. Basically the angle I want to match, you can press alt and just move it around and place it, and press control alt 0, and it will move. Okay, so I will roughly match. Yeah. And if you want to do it manually, you can do it here also. Press grab, and it's two below. Okay, let's go with this one for now. Okay. And then we'll grab shift Z, it move it in 2 axis. It seems good. And in the Z, seems like match with the, you know the scale of it, and match roughly to our thing. So if you look at the perspective, it is like this, which seems correct to some extent. Okay, and yeah, so this is basically in here. And now the third thing was path, right? So for path, we will use spline. Okay, so we create simple Bezier curve. Okay, and I will go in there, and I will scale it to um, big, not this. Select the point, grab it. Okay, move it here. So now what I'm gonna do, you can come to the curve, right, and the geometry you can extrude it. Okay, so how much you need it, and then not the offset. There's a depth. You can add the resolution. We can reduce, and depth you want, how much you want in there. And in here you can select and you can tilt it, like if it is not coming in there, so this becomes your path. And you can select the curve, and then in the here you can do the poly. It's rotated. Okay, good. So now from here we can create our path. So I will go to the so you need to match it. So I will first, I will bring it just near to our bridge, here and here. And we need to make it extrusion less. Okay, so, and from the side also I will match it roughly. Okay, and now from the top, and you can also do this thing, you can have another viewport here, and then here you can press 0. Okay, and here you can keep working. I can move it here and keep it here, and I can keep working here. And now I will just go to top, and I will lead the line. Maybe there is just this church is there, or maybe there is more. So I will just press E and extrude to take it to church, and extrude this way, and take it out. So now we need to move it to below. So I will just get it here. and you see just it don't seems too off, that is too low or too high. We just make this thing just match. Okay, and then we can, if we feel like okay this is too low, we can match it, and then we extrude it to go further. I would say in this direction I need it. And yeah, okay, so and this one I feel slightly down, moved it a bit up, and then you select 2 point and you can subdivide also, like if you want it to go above. And then same thing we'll do here, because we know that is leading to church, and we can push it up to the church height. And there is, path which go like this. So I'll move it here, also align with the thing, so it's just path just go like that. And if you want, I think you can just simply select it, and you can duplicate it, and you can continue it. It's individual, so median. Yes, so you can take the path further from here. So this you can import it in Unreal as a guiding in the, while when you will sculpt the landscape, you can use it as a guiding line. So we can say okay, so from here the path continue to somewhere where we want it to. Okay, maybe the river just go there, and just from here the river just go back, and that also we can define. Okay, so maybe this is the basically the path of the church, and surely we can show the path going up also. So that will again lead the eye that path is going up somewhere. Okay, so that will be visible. We cover with the vegetation and everything also, but if you want to showcase something in there, is that is also possible. So that's like the second thing is done. Now we just need we will create another spline for the river. If you guys have any question, you can shoot in between. Okay, don't need to worry about not understanding anything. If you're not understanding anything, there's just shoot in the question. Okay, now let's just make the river. Okay, the lever is same. Like I will just take these points, and I'll duplicate and move it here. Then I will separate it out. So we have it separate. It's just simple. Like I can, and I will scale Z. Basically, I want to keep it flat here at least at the start, and then we can slowly move it up. How the flow is there, and I'll move it first close to the bridge in the middle, and I will move it down here till here. Okay, so where the water is. Okay, and we gonna make it wide enough, so it's 1200, good enough, because this bridge will continue anyway, so we don't have to worry. And yeah, so we create a river, and river will be chaotic also, like going all the places. So don't be too strict on that. And it is, there are some rocks and everything, so that's going flowing a little bit down from the rock. And then we got the flow, and then we can simply, as I said, we can. Okay, so the river can just flow. So even if you are on in level, so this is going somewhere. Okay, toward the mountains. Okay, so toward back there. And in the front also we can just simply extend it. And if you're not sure 100%, you can go to Google Map and just trace a river from it if you're not sure how to, you know, extend the thing. And the path could be beyond this, or coming from a forest basically, right? So something like that. So the path coming and this joining. And as I said, for the river, we can surely uh, move it. And and we can have another basically waterfall type of thing here, like it's falling down from the rocks, and another one here, and maybe we can have a big one here, uh, or we can, you know, make another bridge which goes somewhere. So it's for this one is to up, and this one also we can calm down. Okay. Right, so we have river, we have path, and if you see in the wireframe, you can see it's roughly matching. Okay, and the path is matching path. And for the landscape, again, now we can create a mesh basically from this, and we can jump in and start creating uh, the topology for the landscape. Okay, this one have tilt for everything. So let's try if I can reduce that tilt. Okay, scale z0. I think the tilt is automatic, but it's not worried. We can recreate this spline in Unreal for using it there. And this one is just a rough idea. Give up. But what I wanted to add first in there was mountains. Okay, so these mountains is the first I want to achieve, or we can do it from the landscape also. Like we can have first landscape, which is the closer one, and then the further mountains in there. And there is already, again, so if you're not sure about how to make mountains, there are already some mountains which are available on the Sketchfab or on all the other sources. You can just place it and match it where it fits your thing, but we're gonna create it anyway. Okay, so first I need this slant. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a plane, and I'm gonna move it somewhere. Go to edit and scale it big, subdivide it bunch of time, and I'm gonna select a face, and then we have this soft selection basically, right? Which is like this. Okay. So when I press grab Z, and I can, you know, increase this, and I need to select the centrist one. Okay, so this give me a rough interpretation of the cliff. And if you want to make it more awesome, I'll show you another small technique. And I don't want to touch the base. Okay, so I'm gonna come to the side, and I'm gonna select the top. Okay, side we can touch also, but I don't want to. In here you create a vertex group and you assign the weight. Okay, and then you can invert and assign the zero weight. I believe the by default the zero is assigned. Now you create a displacement. Okay, and you create a new, okay, new texture in here, and by default nothing will happen, and in the texture you will say there is a texture. So I will maybe call it uh, land, so you know. And we can, by default we can cloud. And now you the scale and everything is you can make it large, and you can increase the strength. And from the here you can select which direction. I will say I will just want it the Z. And now you come here and you increase the size of it. It's pretty big. And in the here there's coordinate, you can select UVs, then you can simply have fun. And in here vertex group, you can select that, not the UV map, vertex group, you can select the group, so it will not touch the thing. Okay, and the mid level you can change if it's going down. And now you have this thing. Okay, and if you want, we already have vertex selected, you can come here and you can say, okay, I want them to affect at point 2. Did it not? It should technically. Oh, sorry. It will point 1, and you come, and it is affecting the other places also. Yeah, good stuff, right? And shade smooth, and we have our beautiful mountain. So yeah, so this is why I love Blender, the possibilities. And now I'm gonna move it. It's already big enough, so I'm gonna move it in the back, and we try to scale it. And it is here. Okay, and it's here. It's like it's really big, right? And for example, like if you want to make it, it's like, imagine I apply the displacement, and then you can go to simply sculpt and simply smooth out. That's easy peasy. And I'm also looking for this thing. It's like, again, I'm pre-telling it basically, but I'm looking for a free erosion based thing solution also, because this you can transfer the same this data as the landscape data in Unreal, which is not an issue. But the thing is, the erosion make landscape look beautiful, so that we need that option for that. Again, I'm pre-sharing this, but we'll surely, I'm looking for something which is more, like, for example, I will just say, okay, like this is good, and I will duplicate it on the other side, and I will move it on the back. And this is not visible because in the view, so there's its distance, so I will add another 0. So now if I zoom out, it will not vanish. So match it roughly to the thing here, and duplicate, and into the Z. I'm pressing Shift Z, so it will just keep it in the thing. And now again, and move it back, and it is roughly, I believe, here. And in here also, I believe in the view, I can just put another 0. Okay, so it do not vanish. Is it, do we have to in the background? Where is it? I think there is, where is the culling distance for this? Okay, it's okay, no worries. So yeah, this is matching basically, right? And this one is not that much, but we don't worry. So now we know that river can flow in between here, and usually mountain range are basically in continuous. So if we want to, we can go, or we can just simply, you know keep these only, and we can just simply, test it out. Like there is this mountain on the back of this also. It's like 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Maybe that is the continuation of this. Yeah. And yeah, so that will, I will say, scale Z. Okay, so this match, so it's like very, very further. And this we can fill in between, we can create these boxes again, and we can, have much more fun with that. But overall, you see, we have this, and if this side we can fill anything, as we follow the pattern. If we follow the pattern, we can fill the close-up details as well. But if we are, because we are focusing on the camera, we'll not create whatever is in the back, so we'll just go ahead. Now for the terrain, which is closer, so that's just the last thing. And and scale here. So because this will be here from here, so I will just follow this in here. The most easiest will be to create a cut path, so I will go in the top way. So what we need to, where it go, and go to Z, and we take a cut tool or knife tool in Blender, and I will make a basic trace of the place we need our landscape to follow. Okay, and here I keep it till here, and this path for sure we need it to follow, and I will match it here. And for the river one, we want it to follow the river, so this one it goes crazy sometimes, and we match it with the river. Okay, and sometimes we create this geometry which is weird, right? So we can say limited dissolve, so it just, don't create anything there. So now the thing is, you select the edges, this path edges, we can add a cut here to here as well, and we select this path. Okay, and I will bevel it to match the roughly larger than the path. Select this path, and again bevel it slightly larger than, and then I will add two segments. Adding here. Okay, so we have a rough place here, and then this in between where the church is, we need a base for it. So basically, imagine like this whole area will be lifted up where the church is basically. Okay, and then we can simply join these for now. Okay. Now the fun part. Yes. So I will select the faces, whichever surface there. I will grab on top and I will put them underneath here, the flat ground. I will select these, all of them. I will just match it with the path now. I will take the tool. It will make the visual easy. I will say you select the edge and make them flat, right? So we want to match it with the path, and you match this also underneath, and the other thing we can have anything basically. Okay, sorry, we have this soft selection on, that's why we move this below. Okay, and yeah, so these edge you can match it with these. So if it's matching, perfect. Okay, so this is good, and then we'll continue with these edges. Yeah, this is good. Scales at 0. I'll put it underneath the church. Let me select all the faces again, so not just this whole area will be flat. Okay, and we have it here. This will make more sense once you have it. I know, the if you don't have that big of a landscape, you don't have to worry about this thing. But I find this thing because people are sharing, like if doing it in Blender, that's why I'm showing. But you can do directly this in Unreal Engine, and make spline directly in there and start sketching, even for the bridge and other things, you can directly start sketching in there. Okay. So now we have, you see, we have a river, we have a landscape. So this one, right? So which is following the thing, and the rest of the thing is all up to us. So if we have, imagine I take this one and I bring it here to roughly, match it with our thing, and I will just make the here. You see, so it gel with our main landscape plane. Okay, so we can have this on the both end basically. So basically here as well, because the path is going somewhere like here, and I can simply add it here. Okay, so this landscape is on the both end, and I will duplicate it once more to add as a add a tiny base. And now we can define our river to go this direction, so we know at least now the river is going here in between somewhere. Okay, that is too higher. Actually we will have trees and other things which is we haven't defined yet, so those will also define the so many things. So like the river is too low, we can simply match, not bring it lower. And yeah, right, so the river is going behind that bend over there. So now we have our um, church in the landscape with the bridge. So this is the exact same workflow in there. We haven't saved, nobody have reminded me to save also. Guys, come on, we, we would have lost all the progress. I know Blender is awesome, we have auto save, so I wouldn't have cried if it would have gone, but we have it. Okay, so let me uh, join this back, and I'll come back to camera angle. And if I do the thing, you see we have this and this side by side. So this is basically in there. I know that the background, this thing is not final, right? So this we can surely convert. It's just a placeholder just to fill in the gap, right? But again, we have a lot of foliage and everything that also we can place in there, but we don't have to worry because this will come in the prop placement. But our major thing is done. Okay, so this is what we're gonna make in Unreal in the next session. So we'll try to replicate the same thing in there, and our this thing is there, and yeah, and there is some things which we can change later on as well. I saw in there which were fun, but I believe we are good for now. We are good, and just to test one last thing before we jump into feedback session, and there I will create a cube. Okay, and I will move it up and scale. Yeah, so just for the sanity check, I wanted to see how big the church door seems fine. Okay, not too big, and bridge seems fine too. Can be a bit smaller, will be, because when we'll have wall and other things, it will seem smaller. But it's good. It's good. I'm happy. Yeah, with the output. Okay, awesome. And what do you guys think? Did you guys? That's good. Thank you. Okay. Question time. Question time. Uh, Sorry, you won't be able to continue. Yeah, that's fine. Right, Hemant, will be posting an update once I start with my blockout before next session, which is on Friday. Will you give feedback on the blockout on Friday, or are we moving? No, so this week is blockout. Okay, so every week there will be one topic. So that topic will be discussed in there. So we can do again, as I said, we can do first half, first 1 hour. We can do this workflow thingy, and then the second half of the session we can go over feedback. So as this one everyone is happy, anyone have any question regarding this? Awesome, Rafael, I'm glad you liked it, because I know the last time, Rodrigo, do you want to joke? Like, I don't want, I can still cry in the corner. Here's the blender and model basically. That was good though. Yes sir. I know. Because when I started and I quickly realized like how it could get out of hand and like how big of topic it is. So that's why I just dropped the topic yes last time, and I said like I will come prepared next time and I will show more. Yeah. No worries, no worries, coach. No worries, no worries. So let me say all the feedback stuff. No worries, no worries. I'm really hoping like because that's the only accountability check I have where people post in there and keep posting in there. Otherwise, it's not beneficial because I'm doing it for the community and the people who, if they're not putting work, then should focus on people who are putting efforts in there. Rafael asked, in the final scene, will you manage the merge the mountain with the plane? Yes, yes. So I will show you the technique. Basically, we will take the same thing, we'll convert it into landscape in Unreal. So basically, it's really easy. If you want to take the same thing, we'll create a big plane, we bake it into the map, in the into height map, take it to Unreal. So we'll get the same thing in Unreal, and then we can polish it there as well. So it will not go to the waste. But that's the plan. We merge everything into this. We can project it and then sculpt it inside the blender as well, and then we can take it there also. But I'm first looking for free option. We have World Machine, Gaia, World Creator, and all those Houdini. They can do all the stuff also. But I'm looking for some free option which take the geometry or height map and do the erosion and much more. Again, it's like pre-explaining. Don't get into it. We will do it in the next session, or maybe later on we will get back to landscape as well. Okay, so let me look at uh, Benny's question from last thing. So let's jump in there. So we have basically, so if you don't know, like basically we're gonna start because all these I posted, so we're gonna keep showing up all these things. So if you're not sure, because this is the last week, right? You can click on here unfollow, right? Like for example, this one is I'm following right now. So if it's cluttering your space, you can unfollow basically. So then it will not show up in your viewport, right? So because you will have keep on, but it will still be here but not in your thing. Okay, so Benny asked this thing, uh, how would you approach this in general, high level? One thing I wonder about how to approach the decaying metal on the upper beam. Maybe water spent in area 2 3 texture on the beam with the varying level of decay. Is that acceptable in 3 texture into engine one material? Assume yes, realism. So yeah, so this is a big question. Again, it's a pre jump, but as they have a doubt, so we'll go over. As beam seems concrete, it's not rust, but you don't need to create 3 different level of decay. You might have to create the there are what do you call those? There are rods inside, and then you can make the damaged version for sure. And then you need the moss and dirt. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna take the vertex channel, and then you're gonna blend it with the noise mask, and then to create the thing. At one point, you don't even need the mouse, but you can get multiple. So basically, one shader can have four layer of material basically in there. So but the only question is like the how much area you get out of it. Imagine you get this whole corridor if using one shader, that is not heavy. But if you're gonna use like five of those in this area, like one for roof, one for wall, one for this, then it's gonna cost more memory. But for now, just think smartly how you can achieve all these with one shader, but can have multiple layers in there. So that's not an issue. Okay, so that's it from the old ones. Okay, so let's look in here. Claudia asked, how do we submit a request? Do we need to ask the access for tomorrow's session? Claudia, did you? Okay, Claudia, you can. I have to look basically in the boot campers for your thing. So I can search Claudia. Claudia is not. Am I writing wrong? There's nothing. Clara, you make a post with your name here, and then like I just saw like you think have this thing. So you come here and you uh, copy message link, and then you come to the feedback and post it here, basically, right? And like that. So now it is here, and I can click and just reach there. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, so like that you ask for. I will make the update the Notion page also. Now Martina asks, I was wondering if FSpy is of any use in the with the deep environment. I'm only seeing uploaded it with a small scale. Okay. No need to use FSpy for this. Will not be because it's fully organic. Use the same workflow which I showed just now, and make all these shapes block out. You already have an Unreal. I don't think you need to. You doing it right. You have scale references all the places. And what these tiny are those windows? Yeah. So yeah, perfect. So you know how big the windows are. So you have done it right. So this is how you do it usually. So it's correct. There's nothing progress so far. I'm trying to uh, proportion right. Yeah. So I'll just type this is the right. I'm also practicing the typing basically to make my typing fast because I had to write a lot. So I'm doing the typing tools online. If you need to know what I'm using, I can share. Those are really free. They're free and it's really fun. Like I'm already seeing the improvement. I'm doing it from 1 week. It's already fun. It's like for 15 to 30 minutes every day. I'm doing 15 in morning, 15 at night. um, yeah, the before how I was doing it was not optimal for the joints. My hands used to hurt. Okay, and let's go back. Vikram. Vikram is okay. This cabin, nice. So Vikram, did you write the question in there? Vikram asked like looking or it was feedback. Okay, good, good. So you made modular. You didn't have to. It's just one house. You don't have to make it modular. This is good. You follow the Hunt showdown because they had a multiple house, so many houses. That's why they made it. But if you have one house, you don't have to because why? Right? It's good. This is good. This thing. So I will just write it in there also. Um, like it's good that you wanted to follow the modular thing, but it do not make sense in one house. Like imagine you want to make a hideout. You make multiple houses like a village in there, then it make sense to in there. So I will just say like good if to try. Okay. So good job. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it's too much work for one house. But if you can create more from these, more like a Lego sets, like you create a bunch of variations of the houses. It's like a hideout for the people in there, or maybe there is a village in the swamp. So that will be like best utilization of these modular workflows. Otherwise, like too much work on the on one single house. And you already have this thing, right? And what I would suggest, mm, there is the platform is there. Yeah, so you have it there, so you can already start looking into the asset placement for the foliage and everything. You can create the basic block out and just start placing these assets already to see how overall mood look. Or the second thing you can do, you can simply make more variation and try to create the village. Like there's this cabin and there is another one, there's another one on the back, or maybe there are like three or four on this row. Okay, so that you can do to try it out. That's what you can try out, but overall good going. And sorry, which was the so looking for some general information on blocking out. I left okay, thanks. Okay, nice. So you're making progress. Would like to know whether it's already blockout is still considered blocking out in a more detailed blockout. Initial version helped me the better able to measure element for the accurate proportion, but would also like to know if whether this is a bad practice or should I learn to tone it down. No, no. So the detail, it depends company to company, right? So there are some when we were working as a in the Dhruva and as a outsourcing, we used to get just the image. Okay, so we had to block out, and we just create without window or anything, right? It will be just box shape. Like this is the overall proportion. That's like it's basic, I would say, to match the proportions. But this is like good level of this thing. Like you added window and these things. These tiny ones might not be, but it's really nice to add to know all the details in there. So basically, the flatter the surface, how you can think it. So like you can think it as like whichever the detail is like more than 10 centimeter larger than hand, right? You model it in the block out. So it's good. You have like they have two windows here, huh? So you have made one, so it's you can make two as well in here. So that much level of detail you can go. And anyway, like because you're gonna keep polishing this one, right? So it's a good practice, it's not a bad thing. So and just see if the crown have behind the crown if they have tiles or if it's just a flat facade like this, if it's just a wall thick wall, or if they're gonna have a tiles on the back. So make sure to make that. Okay, so yeah, you have it, you have something, but just see if it's going on the back and then there is a wall on the side. Try to follow that. Just one quick question. Are you going to make it this modern thing, or are you going to make a variation of house which is also medieval, like the same art style? So just a quick question I would put in there. Yeah. Um, buildings. Mm, so I will. This is good. You can type it in the chat also. That's much better because the information will stay there. Okay. Yeah. So let me type my card and then you can. Good. And blockouts is good. Okay. Clarity. Okay. So good. Yeah, just type it in there also. That's awesome. So if you're going to make the surrounding one also, so you can just start thinking about that as well. So you can start. Maybe you want to create in the same. There's a town. So similar facade, but a little bit different, right? So or you can make it less interesting on the side, but you start blocking out the side buildings also. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, nice, nice. Good to know. Good to know. Post it in the Discord also, so we have the whole chat. Sorry. I forgot. Rafael asks, I'm not entirely sure how to approach this concept in my mind. Despite having the constructions, the shapes are not very complex. And in terms of textures, I also believe wouldn't be overwhelming. But either way, I would like to hear the thoughts. Okay. So yeah, so so this is like stylized. Like if you follow the stylized, good. Don't stress too much about it, because you can have geometry for these all these different blocks as our you can sculpt and decimate it and to get it simple blocks, right? And we don't need normal map for this. In the stylized project I worked on, they were usually they didn't even have roughness as well. They just had diffuse map with the AO baked in and edge highlight in the shadow. So it's just the one texture which was for the diffuse, and the rest of the thing like depth and AO and edge uh, thing was coming from shader simple value. So they didn't worry about too much about the roughness also. So it was like flat roughness, but the color had too much richness. So you just start with modeling things, right? And start with the stairs, and then you can definitely make some repeated, like the stairs can be placed multiple times. So you can make some elements and you can duplicate it around, and just model the main element, also the other element, and try to match the depth in Unreal. Or if you don't want to, you can just do it in Blender, and then you can translate it to Blender, or sorry, Unreal later on. Okay, so just just go composition, Blender or Unreal. Don't stress about it. Okay. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. If I post your, if you already have the blockout, do it. Just jump in. Yeah. Don't stress. That's what we did, right? So that's what I said in the start also, because you have just to have concept, just jump in and start doing it. The all the ideas and whatever there are, they will we can improvise later on. Like if there are imagine we don't want these detail to be like that, we want it red, or we want it to be different style. That all things we can rectify. Maybe this will not work out as a where from these stairs are coming and going, so that we will improvise and find out later on. But you start with the main shapes, like these stairs, we know they are coming here and going up. There are stairs are here, there are stairs are here, and there is some mesh here. So just have basic blockouts and just try to match the depth in there based on the scale, and create some simple spheres on a cylinder and just place for this thing. Okay, for the trees. And if it's a complicated shape, if you don't understand, then just share it in the next session. We can try building something up from here. Okay. So good stuff. Good stuff. Yep. Awesome. I'm looking forward to your update in there. And let's go. You think awesome? That's a lot of progress. Nice. Oh, you added another one. Okay, sorry, I did not read the question. If you have, a little not sure if my what my next step should be. I need feedback for my current progress too, to make sure if I'm on right track. It looks nice, to my opinion. Um, Look at that. So there are like two things. Basically, we have from one thing is basically like if it's going to be accessible by player, right? And I love that you have added the details to the trees, right? And there are stairs and everything. But there's one thing, like if this is like a real player scale, then just see, run around and see if this match with the scale. Okay, place the player here on the other places, so we know that it is matching the scale, right? So other than that, it is going good. We have made a good progress. And next step, you can if this is also a wooden platform, you can start building that. Okay, so if these are wooden, if it's going to be a ground, then make the ground a mesh, right? And you can make a terrain also, and you can sculpt it up, and then you can make these bridges basically. Or if this ground is going down, and then from there is stairs up. Okay, so you can match it. For now, the stairs you have made looks chunkier, big, and I believe it's in the concept is much bigger space, and they're much further apart, and these houses are much bigger than in the blockout, right? So it looked like tree house. I know you shared your tree house which you are making, right? And just check the scale, what I'm saying. So from a look of it, it looked like bird house, because you see that if the door is scaled this big, then it might be, if you assume the door is 2 meter, right? Where is my epic? Wait, let me draw on top of it. Where's delete? Okay, so if I say, so this is like, imagine this one is 2 meter, right? Okay, then this seem also 2 meter. That's not a big house. Okay, it's like storage room. It feels like same for all. So we need to make much bigger house. Okay, uh, and on the same for the this, like this is same like 2 meter also, right, in the depth, and on the width also. It's like in a 2 by 2 meter cubicles, right? So what we can do, we can improve this one. So what I would suggest, in there I will write down there as well, in there. Okay, so I will write down in there, try to make the houses first. Okay, in the scale, if it's going to be explored, then think them as small pockets in the space which we can roam around. Okay, so just think it as player perspective, like how big that will be. Even in your reference in the on the that we saw that day, it is big. Though houses are big, so we need to make them big, uh, and trees together. Okay. Okay, so don't need that many detail also in there. Like you don't need to sculpt and that. Just keep it simple. Like if I quickly show you how you can make a run, I will just save it. And so if you take a spline, hit here, and you can simply come here and simply give it a depth. So imagine I give it 1 meter wide. Yeah. And now you can simply okay, so we have here, and that you can come here and you can turn the radius down if you want it. So I can move it up. Okay, okay, you have it. and then you select these ones and you duplicate it, and send it to this direction. Okay, and you select these two. Okay, so that's like the basic version of the tree you can make. It's like it's depending on your how your structure is basically, and you just make splines. Okay? Don't do more than that. So just stay in the 3D software and try to match it in the your how it is grabbing. Okay. Okay, so like that, so you have the splines, and basically this you can bend around these, and you will get your base thing. So this much of fidelity is okay. You don't need more than that. If I show you this one example from uh, my portfolio, okay, this one. So this one was basically I wanted to make like it's grabbing it the thing more closely, right? So imagine this is so so this one I started with splines only. Okay. So this one was splines, and then I put displacement and sculpted. There was marmoset viewer also. What? Marmoset viewer is gone. Why? There was marmoset viewer here. It's okay. Okay. So basically, yeah. So you will see like each one is broken because I use splines. So it's good to make the splines, and this one was later on. So once I was happy with that these splines are feel like it's gripping to the thing, I then I converted it to mesh, decimated it, so it merged together, right? And then I sculpted and put more organic stuff in ZBrush, right? So I don't know why the marmoset viewer is not here. Okay, so yeah, so that is here, and you can simplify it. And I love the detail. It's not like I don't like it. These are beautiful. You already have it, but define the area, increase the depth, scale it up the houses, and play with them. Each pocket, like each house is made separately, so you can have only a few, so which you can duplicate around. There are three you are making, so just make them properly in really low poly, like we made the church, right? That much detail you need only. Or you can go with the detail with how much Rodrigo made, but don't go that much in the start. In the start, how much we have made on church is only needed. Okay. um, so it is easy to manage the manage simple low poly houses, then make grip them. Even the bridges also you can make with spline. Okay, so I hope this helps, and just keep doing. Like if you're stuck, if you're not sure, next session we can look at creating your these huts. Okay, if you're not sure, but find a concrete references will be better. Okay, and Sami, nice, good start. So the one question. Are you here, Sami? Ah, Kawasi here. Okay, you have a phone call. Nice. So this is good. You have in Blender. So you want to know which one you're following. This is good. Like it's not ending in here. So you can have this wooden one going here, like the this one. Like you can have the wooden platform going in here, and it's nice that you already have some trees in there. just bring this Bruton platform here and use the scale reference. I would say just place a basic model like everybody else have placed. See, like you've seen, and the Utin scene also is there, and yeah, just put it there. Okay, and yeah, awesome stuff. Okay. So put the scale and just say like if it's explorable. So if you're following this, you want to make this diorama, then it's a different thing. But this one is more dark. This one is more happy-ish, I think. So whichever you want to follow, like this, what is the mood you want to create? This type of happy mood, or you want to make the dark mood? So based on that, like just I would say like this platform you make, place the player, so if we know what is the scale of it, and then yeah, you're doing good. You can move on to create adding the medium scale things as well. So like these bushes and this stones and rocks and then other the medium scale, and also you can add to improve this thing. And yeah, so you can already start taking it to Unreal if you're comfortable in there. um yes, go with scale checks and add blue reference. I don't know what to call it. It's a blue reference I'm calling it. um Scale assets and start bringing things to Unreal after skill check. Okay, awesome. And yeah, awesome, Rodrigo. You have adventure time in there. It will be difficult for me to search you basically. Use your real name in here and use your real name and then the Barney house. Okay. Oh, for this also, like we have here, like okay, so like FPA and to the church I have made, and then add or just keep your name. It's fine, but do use your name here. Profile just first your name, and then the thing. It will be easy for us to find everything. For like for example, like we were trying to find Claudia, and we don't know which one Claudia's it is, or if you even posted it here, right? So Nipun, how's everyone doing? Like just go through stuff by people. Okay, let me post. Let me um, post my thing. Okay, so what we can do, can keep in view, render, view for render image. It's good, and I will call it JPG. Good. Yeah, I will post it in there. Anyone have any question? Just ask here. JPG. I try to share JPG because it's smaller in size, and it here is the by GPT. Kind of like it. Don't curse me for using AI. I'm not good at sketching. To Unreal. Awesome. So I posted. So like that, you just post it in there. So we'll know. So there is basically you can sort by date posted, or there is recently. Okay, this is one I had. Rodrigo, you added this. You updated the change, so your activity was first. So we'll know. So whichever it was not active from a while, it will become older post, and then we're gonna kick them off. No mercy. And yeah, good, good guys. You renaming it, and we have already gave it, and I will react to it as well. Okay, so we have it. This one is already Vikram. Good stuff. It's also good stuff, and it's just posted in there. And we look forward to your blockout. This seems also nice. Nice blockout. Nice theme for Blender. It's good. I would say like just do one and just do duplication in Unreal. You don't have to redo it again and again otherwise. Whoa, I'm going to make another pentagon. Nice. Good stuff. Love to see if you have any question. Nice. Nice. Oh, removed it. Okay, I believe we have gone through it. This is the machine room. Nice. And is this great? Okay. Forward to see. Let's check. Thoroughly, thoroughly. I don't know the spelling of thoroughly. Let it go. Okay. Okay. Last, it was interesting. I wanted to. Nice. Making awesome. Okay, awesome, awesome. Who else is there? Nice. Ari is this is Coach. It's already in Unreal. Nice, nice, nice. Any question, guys? You can ask in the chat or in the Discord. Okay, let me check. Mm. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Full name is better, but only we have only one Rodrigo, so it's fine. Okay, and then I don't think anybody have any. Yeah, so yeah, here's the Claudius thing. Okay, and I will copy this and I would post this in. So, what was the question? So there is nothing specific. Okay. So you're good. Just start the lookup. Okay, so actually it will start piling up in mine. No update. There is file have it. Ooh, gonna be big. Nice. Okay. So nice. Where is the blockout? Nice. Oh, nice. Really ahead of time. And nice. Sambo, Shambo. Do the stuff. Looking forward to other things. And here we had it. Okay. Yeah, so just Edward, have fun. This one is also nice and easy. And Anastasia, yeah, do it if you and just do it. Nice. This one is good. Yep. Man, Nipur, why are you not doing the blockout? Do it. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay. Okay. That's it, I believe. Do we have any question before we leave? I believe we had checked the entries we have. I might not be able to check every entry every session. So I will be mostly focusing on the feedback, and whenever I have time in a day, I will jump in back and might have to shift the timing because a project is coming from my side. I just wanted to give you the news that a project might be coming. I don't know. I just had a first call with them, so might be starting soon. So I have to shift the session to a bit earlier, I believe, um, if not later. Uh, but so yeah, so just updating you in there. So the project might be starting from next month. So fingers crossed. Okay, and yeah, awesome, awesome. So yeah, so just keep posting in there. Okay, so I will see you in the next one. If you don't have any question, if you have any question, you can write that, post it in the chat. And again, as always, like if someone who is watching in there, like if someone can afford it, they can pay for the session. They I will put buy me a coffee stay link here as well. So if someone want to support, they can support. And there are mentorship also. I will try to make a group mentorship also, right? And and um, you know have a group mentorship also. Like if someone is interested, so that I can like just let me know if someone is interested in the mentorship. In a way, if someone want to support me, that's there. And someone who is working haven't, then it's here. The notion is in progress, so I will make the notion. Oh, I was not sharing, it's okay. So here, like if someone wants to here, so here's this. I will add a group mentorship and buy me a coffee link, and share in the chat if someone needs this environment. This is the old tutorial I made. If someone needs it, I will send you anyway. So just to support you guys, if you want to learn a little bit about Unreal and how to make a quickly environment. So yeah, so let me know in the bootcamp discussion, or in your thread in the chat, in here. Just comment there that you need this environment. I will send you. Okay. Where did the here? So here in your thread, just say that you need this one. I will send you the link to grab that one. Okay, maybe by DM or maybe like this only. Okay. So yeah, so let me know if someone interested in mentorship or group mentorship, or anyway if you want to support. And we have all other different opportunities also. But other than that, just keep doing the good work. I'm really enjoying it. Like, people are showing up and doing the work, putting in the hours. Really looking forward to all these diverse environments, and soon, on next week onward, it's going to be much more fast forward, because there will be a lot. And again, at the end, like, suggest the topic which you want to discuss. And I know that modularity is, so many people were asking about modularity and trim sheet. I know it's like how fancy it sounds, but it's not required that much in every environment, right? So it's okay, like, if you want to try that workflow, you can suggest that topic, and then we can vote on the topics in there. So you do suggest the topic in the bootcamp discussion. Share all your suggestions, like, this is what I want to discuss, like, if landscape, foliage, modular. I will make all the list by this week. Okay. And next week is also like texture blockout and prop list planning and asset planning. So by next week we'll have our list, which we can, from third week we can just start jumping into those topics. Okay. So yeah, so yeah, that's wonderful. And if you don't have any questions, so I will take my leave. I would say thank you very much again for joining in today. It was so much fun. And again, if you have any question, the chat is always open on Discord. I'm always available. Just tag me, Future Pass Academy, and tag me and ask anything right there. So yeah, until next time, I will see you in the next session. Take care. Bye.